and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time to investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases brought to you by Jay'sToysAndGames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there, and you're going to see some stuff I grabbed from Jay's this week as they had a 20% off sale last Saturday. You know I had to take advantage of that for sure. So shout out to Jay'sToysAndGames.com. And if you want to sponsor anything on the channel, hit up TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. And of course, The Kyle Peterson Show, episode 13 right now for YouTube channel memberships and Patreon members. But this coming Tuesday, of course, on YouTube, it is the weekly podcast there with me and my wife, Angie, breaking it all down. Talking a little birthday this week, talking all kinds of different shenanigans, telling the story of my 21st birthday in a little combined story time, tales from retail, hard times, disappointment for old Kyle's 21st birthday. We're talking conspiracies, we're doing album of the week, we're trying new foods, we're doing the usual stuff. Check it out if you have not. Wherever podcasts are found with video cast on YouTube. But this week is my birthday. This Wednesday, mark your calendars, June 25th. Oh, a special day for sure. I am also headed to Chicago this week for the Stray Kids concert. Oh, we're going to find out about these Stray Kids at Wrigley Field. But my daughters are very excited. And that's just where I want to spend my birthday, watching that show. But we'll do it. We'll do it. You got to do it from time to time. But it is my birthday this week. Very excited. Hoping for good presents. We'll see what happens. Probably nothing. But that's the way it goes when you're older. But it's still fun. It is still your special day. And I always say, I've said it before, it's halfway to Christmas as well. June 25th, halfway to Christmas. Exciting times, of course, but it was nice of one Donnie Osmond to wish me a happy birthday.
Today, we're here at your party where we've secretly replaced your birthday cake with Donnie Osmond.
Happy birthday, Kyle. This one's for you.
Kyle, it's your birthday. Time to celebrate and sing about who? You! Come on, Kyle! It's your birthday! Time to sing and shout! Come on! It's what you gotta do! Break it down!
Shout out to Donnie, one of the all-time greats, of course, as we do know. But that's it. Not a lot of housekeeping this week. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little dash of the other. Nothing really out there to be hunting for in stores. It's kind of the lull before the storm that is San Diego Comic-Con around the corner. Few things here and there, but it's summertime. It's officially summer. As of June 20th, I guess, is when summer does start, which means Power Town real soon, I'm sure. But besides that, not a lot going on. I guess we'll update you on my birthday shenanigans next week, maybe if we're lucky. But one shenanigan we got a lot of this week is Question of the Week. All right, time for the Question of the Week. And of course, welcoming in my wife, Angie. Angie, say hello.
Hello.
Hello, Angie. But Angie, of course, it's time for Question of the Week. And if you want to be the Question of the Week, put your question in the comments down low. And who knows, you may be the Question of the Week. Angie, what are you doing today?
I don't know. I felt weird. Didn't we take a week off last week?
Yeah, we did. There was no questions. Nobody wanted to talk to us. There was no questions. So
I feel like I haven't done this forever.
Back in the saddle again, but you're looking good. All pretty and green right here. You're ready for a hot summer day, and it's officially summer.
It's too hot today.
It's too hot. So you're gonna be out in the pool later today? Topless in the pool like the other day?
We're in a heat advisory.
Oh, no, not today? Okay.
I better not.
Heat advisory, better not.
Might stroke out.
It's too hot for the neighborhood, that's for sure. But Angie, it's time for the Question of the Week. And of course, you know what's coming up here in a couple of days, my birthday. Mm-hmm. Are you ready? Are you prepared to give me everything I need?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Wink, wink.
Perfect. But we're going to be off to that race. More on that next week, I guess. But Angie, it is time for the Question of the Week. Take it away. We're going to do 2 questions this week.
Yay. All right. JAL 52558. Question of the week. What would make you say I'm done with your favorite toy line? Prices? Quality? Something else?
All points in between, but it's hard though. Like if I'm deep into it, like the Elite line or the Classified line, something I really love and am passionate about, I'll eat a little bit of that price increase just because I like it so much. But obviously, if things start breaking like crazy, I'm not going to stick with it. Probably. I can't. You can only afford so much. Every once in a while, you have a broken toy. You know about broken toys, right? You've seen them a few times. Yeah, it's a hard time. But when I do say I'm done, it's usually I'm just not feeling it anymore. Like Star Wars, perfect example. It was just too much of the same old, too many price increases, not moving forward in articulation just was a recipe for me to say, I got to get out of this mess. I'm done with it from there. Obviously, prices. I mean, if G.I. Joe Classified, for example, goes from $25 to $55 a figure, well, probably going to get done with that, right, Angie? That's why. But it's just a little bit of whatever. And it really comes down to, am I feeling it at the time? And a lot of times I get rid of stuff where maybe it was just a bit of a passion project for a second, and then I moved away from it, you know?
Or you run out of room.
Or you run out of room one day, maybe. Or maybe you say, I got this little ancillary collection. Do I need this anymore? I'd like to use it for something else. We'll see where it goes from there. But it's just kind of one of those things. Am I feeling it or not? I guess all those things are a part of it. But at the end of the day, it really is just, am I feeling it? Am I feeling the love? Am I feeling the passion? That's where it goes from there. Next question.
Swipe right. ASGADS, I have a common question. Do you keep the packages or how do you store all your stuff?
Angie, do I keep the packages?
Speaking of room.
No, I don't. They go the see you later to the garbage can is where they go. But I do save a couple of things, like really special stuff I will save, like Mondo packaging. If you're paying $200 and some for a figure, you're going to save that packaging because that's part of the experience. And if you're going to sell it one day, you're going to want that as well. But for the most part, classified, elite, wrestling, all the usual stuff. No, I think it's ridiculous to save the packaging. It's just so much work. And let's say you are going to sell that sometime. You're going to get an extra $2? Is that worth taking up a ton of space in your house, your garage, storage unit where you're paying every month?
Couldn't. There's no way.
There's no way I'm saving all that packaging. And at my heart, I'm a mint on card guy. It's just not possible at this point here.
What do you think percentage of your collection is mint on card? 25?
No, I don't know.
Not even that?
Classics room, that's about really it. Retros, there's a few. I don't know. 5% probably at this point now. When I was a kid, I was more mint on card, but just not mint on card anymore. And at the end of the day, it's just if you're collecting, you're buying this stuff, you got to get the most enjoyment out of it. Are you getting a lot of enjoyment in the package? I know some people say, yeah, I am, but you don't even know what's on the back of that figure. You don't even know if they got some writing on his back. Who knows what's going on?
And after I go to bed, you take a couple guys out and do a little match. And, you wouldn't be able to do that.
You can't do that in a package. You're clamming packages together right there. That doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. I really think you'll enjoy your figures a lot more if you open them, you display them and stuff. But I guess, it's your collection at the end of the day, your money. But if I'm going to have it in package, maybe you just don't have that much. If you're only collecting one little line or something, it's not that big a deal. But if you're collecting a lot of stuff, it's really freeing to be able to open stuff and having some room right there is what it is. So that's about it. I think so. And how do you store all your stuff? So stuff as far as I'm guessing maybe hands and stuff like that. I put them in baggies and I label them and I put it in a box. I got a box for WWE Elite, box for WWE Ultimates, box for AEW, box for Marvel Legends, box for G.I. Joe Classified, and so forth. So that's how I do it. I label it, put it in there. Like Elite Series 118, all in the same baggie. If I had to get them, I can figure it out looking through those hands.
And if it's been on card, it's hanging on the wall.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not sitting in a box.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't have any loose thing or mint on box stuff sitting around. It's our wallpaper. That's right.
As wallpaper.
And what about you, Angie? What do you do with the packaging and how do you store all your stuff? She says
I don't keep packaging.
Yeah, she takes everything out, like the shoes and stuff. She's not keeping the box. Well, maybe you keep some boxes.
Well, I do keep like expensive Nikes. I do keep the boxes.
I guess, and she's got quite the Nike collection. Resell them or whatever. Yeah, you got a new pair of LeBrons the other day, didn't you? You're like a young Caitlin Clark. Does she have shoes?
I'm rough on my shoes though. I wear them to work. I don't wear them as like.
Does Caitlin Clark have shoes?
Wear for me.
Does Caitlin Clark have shoes? Does she?
She has her own custom. All her own.
Oh, you need to get a pair of those. Maybe not. They're probably super crazy expensive, I'm sure. Who knows? Who knows? But there it is, Angie. That is the question of the week. And if you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments down below. And Angie, you want to say goodbye to everybody? Goodbye, Angie. And now it's time for the weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 1 of weekly purchases. And round number 1, wrestling heavy, with a little bit of wrestling in round number 2 as well. But let's kick it off with our friends over there at Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. He's coming to get you from the Vault Series 5. We got the Boogeyman right there. We got a double dose of John Cone, regular and Chase edition. And then, of course, John Cena, a.k.a. the Prototype from Volume 5. And last but certainly not least, our good friend, Hornswoggle from the Vault Series 5, ringside collectible exclusives through the door this week. Check out the reviews. I've started to put them on YouTube. They're all up on Patreon. They've been there for a while. Check out the reviews if that is your thing, of course. But of course, more wrestling. This time we go to Mattel Creations in a huge plot twist, beating Target to the punch, and I'm here for it, especially when you got my boy Terry Funk. Check out the review on the channel. Regular edition we unboxed there on the channel. Also unboxed Billy Gunn, all the smoking guns, got that unboxed as well. And then I still have to, and after I'm done with this video, I'm going to do these. It is the Great Muta. It is the Undertaker Biker Taker edition. I'll unbox both these on the channel as well. So very cool to get some of these wrestling figures next week. So it looks like the new Survivor Series line is coming. We'll be diving into those as well on the channel. So stay tuned for that, of course. But that's it for round number 1. A little heavier on round number 2. All right, let's bring it home with round number 2 of weekly purchases. And finally found a few things this week. I did finally find Sesame Street, The Count. I passed on it a couple of weeks ago. Regretted my decision, then found that again this week. I was, of course, at the Daniel Tosh Performance comedy show in Omaha. Found The Count over there, so we'll unbox him on the channel. Got a lot of Fraggle Rock unboxings on the channel coming very soon. Already started some of those on YouTube. Have all the reviews done. I just need to edit them and get them up on Patreon. That will come sooner rather than later. And of course, got this week. How about that? The Rizzler, gonna give you the old Riz face, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm hoping the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from Jazzwares is the Costco guys. Give me that as an exclusive. I'd be here for that. Had to get up the Rizzler. That's a great desk piece. You put that on your desk at work. Oh, and everybody talks to you. Everybody talks to you with that one. And then, of course, this week, very Joe heavy. Yo Joe June, after all. Blowtorch. Check out the review on the channel. Got the Freg Viper right there. Check out the review on the channel. Also picked up a second edition of that one there. Have to have 2 of them. Display one with mask on, one with mask off. That's my plan. Also got Dark Lawn. Check out that review on the channel. And last but not least, check out this review on the channel. It is heavy duty. So you know me, I'm not wasting any time with these Joes. I love that classified line. Very excited to get the Joes through the door. Now I'm just waiting on that Footloose and Dial Tone. Where are those 2 at? Hopefully I have Dial Tone in the next week or so. Can't wait to get both of those into the collection. So stay tuned for more Yo Joe. But we're going to finish off weekly purchases this week. I did go to jaystoysandgames.com. Of course, use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15%. But last Saturday, they had a 20% off everything in the store, everything online. I took full advantage of that. Picked up a few things I needed. One of them was Alfred Pennyworth, Batman 66. Getting these on the cheap. Just playing the long game, buying these cheap. That's what I did with Alfred right there. Also picked up another Skelecon. So I got this guy for under $20. That's not a bad piece of business. Needed another one of those in the collection. Grabbed that. And then for under $20, I did get the Adam Page Shop AEW exclusive. So I'll unbox this on the channel. I have a mint on card one. I can unbox this for under 20 bucks. And last but not least from AEW, under $20 once again, Keith Lee. Can you believe that? Maybe you can. I don't know. But cheaper than retail for a Chase Edition Keith Lee. I already have one mint on card. I'll unbox that one there. Not sure that's going to say any worlds on fire, but cool enough to get for under $20. I also got 2 of these baseball card holders. I use these, of course, on my bookshelves for storage. Kind of like stands, I guess, is what I use these for my He-Man and stuff. So I did get 2 of those with the deal. Got to get a deal. You know how that goes. And last but not least, playing the long game once again. It was on sale, plus 20% off. Had to pick up the worst, a little Super 7 worst, the Commander right there. He's all brains right there. But I picked that one up this week as well. So a nice weekly purchases here. Trying to dive through all this stuff, trying to get ahead on some videos. I got a lot of travel for work. Of course, San Diego Comic-Con. My wife's going to be gone for like a week and a half. I got to go on some work trips as well. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of coming and going here on the channel. So trying to get ahead on some of these videos. Check out the Patreon, of course. Getting closer and closer to the end of the month, we will have that big giveaway, among many other things going on the Patreon. So all this stuff will get there eventually. You always get the videos first on Patreon and YouTube channel memberships. You know that. But that's weekly purchases. Be interested to hear your weekly purchases, pickups. Anything good, anything great through the door for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Why wouldn't you at this point? Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel. Check out YouTube channel memberships and the Patreon, as I said. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Check out my book, the ECW book, or the Jakks Class Superstars book. Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. Of course, the podcast each and every Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So now you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling into another work week / birthday week.
What, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?